Excuse me. Uh, Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Bharadwaj is with me only. Actually, he was not able to join with his laptop, so he's with me, and I will be sharing his slide also.
Okay. Is he presenting his own slide or is he sharing your slides?
No, no, he will share his slide from WhatsApp, and then I will present. Like I will be presenting, and he will be speaking.
Okay, okay, fine. No
Oh.
problem. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Dear students, it's time for you to know some extracurricular and co-curricular activities at IIIT Tiruchirappalli. I now invite G. Naresh Reddy, President of Student Council, IIIT Tiruchirappalli, to take over the session and give some insight to the students about the extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Over to you, Naresh.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all. As you all know, that cultural, technical, and sports are the three important aspects in students' life. Our college has clubs in all the three areas, and we have a secretary and a vice secretary to look over these clubs. So, now, like I would like to call Tejasvi Raide, the vice cultural secretary, to give them a brief idea about the cultural clubs and their activities.
Thank you, Mr. Naresh Reddy. Good, good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Tejashwi Raidi, the Vice Cultural Secretary. I am going to introduce about the cultural clubs which are present in our institute. Firstly, I wanted to start this meet with introducing our faculty head. It's Dr. Anup Jacob Thomas, sir. And our cultural secretary is Bodapalli Leelavardhan. Vice cultural secretary is me, Tejashwi Raidi. And then I move on to the list of the clubs. There are 8 clubs, which is aesthetic, dance, EBSB, music, media, oculus, oration, yoga. Now I am going to give the brief introduction of each and every club. First is aesthetic. It is none other than the fine arts club. Aesthetic is mainly focused to bring out the artistic and creative aspects in a person. It conducts regular activities and competitions for people to showcase their skills apart from academics. And their faculty coordinator is Dr. N. Renuka Devi ma'am. Student volunteers are Sheikh Aftab Hussain from 4th year, V. Chetrika from 3rd year, Vaidik from 2nd year, and events conducted by Fine Arts Aesthetic Club is Two Shades, Origami, Mask Making, Rangoli, Anime, and Doodle competitions. It has Instagram handle is IIIT Fine Arts, and I take privilege to show some of the photographs from Rangoli, mask making, and some arts. Next, I move upon dance troupe, which is dance club. Dance club helps hoofers to stimulate conscious understanding of the body, movements, and develop aesthetic knowledge, skills, and expressions. Faculty coordinator is Dr. R. Krishnamurthy sir. Student volunteers are Bunkuri Naveen from 4th year, B. Satvika from 3rd year, Malotu Amulya from 2nd year. And it took part in Tharang 17 IIIT Jabalpur, Aurora 18 IIIT Gwalior, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan 18 in our institute, Abhyasarag 19 IIIT ECT, and also Ahlad 2022 IIIT Tiruchi. And events conducted at Groove and Go Ahlad and dance competitions of Ahlad 2022. And its Instagram handle is IIIT underscore dance troupe. Here are the some of the photographs of dance competitions. Next I move on to EBSB club. EBSB means Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat, which means uh, holds the togetherness of diverse cultures of our country. It is an like national club which is under the control of Ministry of India, and faculty coordinator is Dr. Rinchu ma'am. Student volunteers are Dipkumar Patel from fourth year, Tejashwi Raidi from third year, Rishan Goyal from third year, Divyashekar from third year, Samuel Nada from second year, Hitanshu Kaushik from second year. Programs are student exchange program from between IIIT Pune and IIIT Tirchi. Webinars IRS Vinay Malipudi sirs. And events conducted are on the camp, Hindi Divas, Chef's Vision, Best Out of Waste, Rangoli, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Hindi Pakwada, Unity Run, Swachhta Pakwada, and many more. Instagram handle is EBSB underscore IIIT. Some of the photos of Swachh Bharat, Plantation, and IIIT Pune and Tirchi's exchange programs are here. Next, I move on to music club, which is acoustic club, which brings out the musical talents hidden in the students. Faculty coordinator is Dr. R. Krishnamurthy sir. Student volunteers are Syed Khaja Mauddin from fourth year, Satak from third year, and Mahita from second year. Events conductor are duet singing, Ahla 2022 singing competition, and then here are some of the photographs which music club has conducted. Next, I move on to media club. Media club is handling all the IIIT Instagrams, social media accounts, and etc. So, faculty coordinator is Dr. Anup Jacob Thomas sir. Student volunteers are Emandi Akash from fourth year, Pranab Tiwari from third year, Srinidhi from second year. Here are some of the Instagram handles, Twitter accounts, LinkedIn, YouTube, website, etc. from of our college. Next, I move on to Oculus, which is none other than photography club. The shuttlebuggs of our college. They take the photographs of every event which is conducted by our college. Faculty coordinator is Dr. C. Velmurugan sir. Student volunteers are P. Aditya Venkatesh from fourth year, Kola Varun Chandra from third year, Bhupesh Gupta from second year. Events conducted are Pongal, People Mood, and Architecture, Short Film Making, Ahla 2022. And Instagram handle is here. Some of the photographs which they have taken are here. Next, I move on to LND, Literary and Debating Club. It is also called as Oration Club. This is established to provide the opportunity to liberate their thoughts and act as their platform to voice their opinions and sharpen oratory skills. They conduct the weekly meetings between the members to bring their communication skills from towards higher. Faculty coordinator is Dr. V. Sindhu ma'am. Student volunteers are Shubham Kumar Bhagat, Simiraj, Eshkatin. Webinars they have conducted is Professor H.C. Verma sirs. He is an Indian experimental physicist from IIT Kanpur. And events conducted are Biofilad, debates on different topics, what's your story, extempo, preach your perceptions, etc. These are some of the photographs which they have conducted until now. Next, I move on to Yoga Club. Yoga Club is introduced to bring the inner peace and develop positive mindsets among the students. I think we everyone need the yoga. We need to do the yoga in the early morning so that to keep our body physically and mentally strong. Faculty coordinator is Dr. N. Renka Devi ma'am. Student volunteers are Vemuri Bhavana from fourth year, Suman Raj from third year, VVS Vignesh from second year. Events conducted are Yoga for Life, What Yoga to You, Yoga for Immunity, and Yoga for Success. Here are some of the photographs. Next, I move on to IIIT, magazine of IIIT Tirchi, which means the IIIT is a magazine which is a bi-monthly magazine. It releases its own magazine for every 2 months. It consists of articles, photographs, arts, poetry, puzzles, story, etc., and many more. Here are some of the cover pages of our IQM. Just they completed 10th edition now, and many more to go. It's an e-magazine. And next, I move on to these are the team members of IQM. From fourth year, Chintal Shravani, Shubham Kumar Bhagat, Dip Patel, Vemuri Bhavna, Ayush Singh. And from third year, Harsh Kumar, Tejashvi, Gautam, Suman Raj, Risha Goyal, Simi Raj. And from second year, Pradeep Vidyala, Ashkatin, Abhishek Kumar Mohanty, Samuel Nadar, Hitanshu Kaushik, and Anshika. Next, I move on to the Ahlad, which is the cultural fest of IIIT Tirchi. Here are some of the photographs. Ahlad is the cultural fest of IIIT Tirchi, aimed at hosting a wide range of artistic and literary events with the organization and participation from students across the fields. The fest was a plethora of fun and engaging events and activities aimed at bringing out the cultural side of the students. This fest was conducted on 14th of October 2022 this year. It is of 3 days, which is of enthusiasm and also liveliness on the campus. Here are some of the photographs of Ahla 2022, which is conducted on 14th to 16th October. Thank you. Thank
Thank you, Tejasvi. Like now, I would like to call Sarthak Kumar to briefly give an idea about the technical club and their events they are handling.
Thank you, Mr. Naresh Reddy. Is my screen visible and am I clearly audible?
Yes, Sarthak.
Okay. So, for the technical club, we have faculty in charge, Dr. Anup Jacob Thomas, and technical secretary is Nag Maleshwar, and vice technical secretary is Sarthak Kumar. We'll start with the first club, that is Web Dev Club. So the club focuses on mainly on web development aspect, which includes various technologies such as front end, back end, and also about databases. Various workshops had already been conducted in the past, and club is thrilled and excited to conduct more such workshops as well as some events and hackathons in coming semesters in the offline mode. Faculty in charge for WebDev Club is Dr. Anup Jacob Thomas, and the student coordinators are Mayank Sonkar from fourth year and Sarthak Kumar from third year. These are the list of events which we conducted, which includes uh, a 3 day workshop which happened in the online mode, as you can see from the screenshots. This is also a photo. Next, we had Back to Basic with seniors, and we had around 4 episodes, and in which we called the alumni and had a talk to them uh, regarding their experience and how they managed to crack some companies and what was their experience overall. Next is Competitive Coding Club. So the main objective of Competitive Coding Club is to focus on improving the coding culture of the institute. Second is conducting contests every Friday throughout the semester. We also have a discussion section where you can ask and clear each other's doubt. Faculty in charge is Dr. G. Devsena, ma'am, and coordinators are Shubham Bhagat from fourth year and Jagmohan Dixit from third year. So in coding club we had contests. When we were in online mode we had upscale rounds, starter rounds, and codeathon, and now we are having rm rounds when we reached in the offline mode. And these are some of the pictures. of the coding contest Aram. Next is Robotics Club. So Robotics Club is basically a team-oriented club for students to learn how to code and write commands for robots through play. By programming and controlling robots, where students step into the world of science, acquiring knowledge and skills that will be useful and applicable beyond the classroom. We have faculty in charge, Dr. M. Senthil Sivakumar sir, and from student coordinators are Krishna Ladda from 4th year and Aman Chandra Kumar from 3rd year. This was the event which was conducted on 22 September 2022, and this was basically a robotics seminar, and these are some of the photos. So this is basically a robotic arm, and he taught us about how it works and how it functions. These are some of the glimpses of the event. Next is Net Security Club, NetSec Club. So the main objective of NetSec Club are cyber security is the practice of defending computer servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. Introduce rigorous about network and security. Provide platform for like-minded students to learn together and work together. Provide a community that share keen interest in cyber field and intend to support each member. So it basically deals with the network and security. Now the faculty in charge are Dr. R. Dhanlakshmi ma'am, and the student coordinators are P. Aditya Venkatesh from 4th year and Varanthala Karthik from 3rd year. This was the workshop which was conducted in the online mode. It was a 3-day workshop on ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Next we have IoT Club. IoT Club is basically Inteco, which means innovation, technology, and connectivity, where software meets and hardware. So the main objectives of the IoT Club are to take into control different sensors, integrate them into devices to bring your idea to life. We generally use basics of programming along with our knowledge of different sensors and microprocessors development kits to program our projects. So the faculty in charge for IoT Club is Dr. M. Senthil Sivakumar sir, and the student coordinators are Siddharth Sahu from 4th year and Vikas Babu from 3rd year. We had a 3-day workshop which was happened in online mode. It was a 3-day workshop on IoT simulation softwares. Next we have Circuits Club. It's an optimal circuits club. So the main objectives are to build circuits that are part of our academics as well as other important ones. Learn about the tools that we use to implement and optimize the circuits. We are going to convert with the advancement of tech in the field of EC. It is going to become a VLSI club. The discussions are uh, going on, and the VLSI club will focus on to cope up with the change in trends and to update according to the situation. And it is still in discussion. Further details will be revealed soon. So the faculty in charge is Dr. G. Sitaraman sir, and the coordinators are N. Nagmaleshwar from 4th year and Bhardwaj Rotu from 3rd year. We had a 3-day workshop in online mode, which was on circuit design and simulation. Now coming to the technical fest, which happens every year, and the name of the technical fest is Atra. It was a 3-day, it was a 2-day event in online mode, and which happened on 2nd and 3rd April 2022. These are the events which happened, where group events were a hackathon and pitch your startup, and the individual events included coding contest, mock interview, CSS battle, group culp, and share your tech story. Next we have eCell triple ITT, and so we have a separate. This works independently, and so the aim of the eCell is to promote budding entrepreneurs to build their ideas into successful startup We provide resources and support to the students to gain knowledge about their ideas and provide feedback and suggestions which would help them grow. Participating in National Entrepreneurship Challenge 2022 organized by IIT Bombay. So we recently participated in National Entrepreneurship Challenge, which was organized by IIT Bombay. So the faculty in charge is Dr. Dhanlakshmi ma'am, and the student coordinators are Suman Raj from third year and Vaibhav Agrawal from third year. Now, the events which were conducted by the ESL Triple ITT is Pitch Your Startup, Eureka Triple ITT, and loopholes of the company. And these are some of the glimpses of the events. These are the social media handles of the ESL. And thank you.
Thank you, Sathak. Finally, I would like to call R. Bharadwaj to give us a brief description about the sports club.
Thank you, Mr. Naresh. So I would like to present my screen. Just give me a minute. Yes, I hope it's visible now. So coming to the Sports Club of IIIT Trichy. So let me introduce the sports department first. Our faculty in charge is Dr. Jagdishwar sir, and the sports secretary Siddharth Sahu from fourth year, and the vice sports secretary, that's myself, Bharadwaj Rautu from third year ECE. Now coming to the clubs that are included in the sports. Let's start with cricket. So the maximum intake for cricket is 22 members. That doesn't mean that only 22 members get to play the game, but the official team will be having 22 members, and the rest of the people you can play anytime as per your wishes. So the official intake is 22 members. Coming to football, the maximum intake is again 22 members. The next is kabaddi with a maximum intake of 15 members for the official team. And then we have caroms with a maximum intake of 8 members. Next, coming to athletics. So there are different subsections in athletics, which I'll be discussing later. Then coming to the next one, it's table tennis. We have the maximum intake of 8 members. For badminton, we again have the same maximum intake of 8 members. So for volleyball, it's 15 members. Similarly, for throwball, it's 15 members. And then for basketball, it's 15 members. So now, if you are wondering why I did not see this specific sport in the club and etc., you don't need to worry. So if in case if you have new additions, like in case you want to introduce a new club, then you can approach us. Given that there are a limited number of participants, then we can definitely add the club into the list. Now let's talk about the equipment. So all the equipment that we currently have are very new and are of high quality. So necessary equipment is currently available, and the work is being done to get everything. So full equipment will be brought in the coming few weeks because it will be following a tender process. And then updates on grounds. So the currently all the open areas are being cleared and they are leveled to be made into grounds. But for now, all the common ground will be used for all the sports. Sports specific grounds would take some more time. And regarding the indoor sports stadiums, these are parts of the next phases of construction. So you can expect them in your future semesters. Now coming to this annual sports fest of IIIT Trichy, Protimos. Protimos is a sports fest of IIIT Trichy. And for the last 2 years, due to this online mode, we had only esports games. But this year, we are going to have it totally in the offline mode. So I'm excited, guys, to meet you. Coming to the inter IIITs and other tournaments. Now we have 4 different classes of tournaments. One is the inter IIITs, where we'll be going to a tour to other IIITs and then playing with them. And the second one is the intra-year matches. That is, within the same year, the matches would be between ECE and CSE. And then there's inter-year matches where 2 different year players, like for example, second year and third year, or third year and fourth year players will be competing against each other. And then there's other institute tournaments where we'll be going to nearby colleges, and they can be a friendly or competitive matches. And then the induction process for the clubs, like I was previously speaking about the teams. So first, before taking into the clubs, a week of training session will be held so that everyone is ensure to sorry this ensures that everyone will get enough exposure to the sport. So this will create the equal chances for everyone to compete against each other. And then, like I previously mentioned, each team has a limitations on the number of players that they can take in. Now, coming to the other details related to sports. So, being in the official teams, like for example, the official team of Inter Triple IT, etc., will have some added perks. So, what are these perks? For example, you can have some college jerseys, tracks, etc. And then, like I was previously mentioning, the subdivisions under athletics, those are running, javelin throw, etc. Those things will be selected as per the Inter Triple IT standards. And for these subdivisions also, the number of intake people will be specific to that subdivision. There is no common thing in that. And that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharatwaj. And if you have any queries regarding the clubs or activities or any other queries regarding the institute, please join the student interaction meeting tomorrow. And that's it from my side. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you, Naresh, Sarthak, Tejasvi, and Bharatwaj. And dear students, I'm looking forward only to participate in all kinds of extracurricular and co-curricular activities and wish you the best of luck. So the next session will start by 3 o'clock. We'll wait until then. Good afternoon, everyone. I now invite Dr. Rinshu, Assistant Professor, Department of Science and Humanities, IIIT Tiruchirappalli, to give a talk on engineers as budding innovators and entrepreneurs. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Gayatri. So, can we start now?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So, the topic which I'm actually just going to touch very briefly is about the engineers as a budding entrepreneurs and of course as an innovators. So mainly we'll be focusing upon two or three aspects. So let me just share my slide with you all. So is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm exactly going to discuss very briefly is about the role of creativity, mainly innovation, and of course how it can be contributing into the entrepreneurial journey for all our budding engineers who have just joined us just 1 or 2 days back itself. So before starting with exactly like how you have to become an innovator or how you should involve into the inventions or the innovations and how you should actually start with the journey of the entrepreneurship and other things, let us first of all focus a bit about the creativity, right? Because creativity will be always at the back curtain, you can say, or at the backdrop of the innovations or any new or creative ideas, right? So it should have certain past, some present, and then only it can be applied to the future. But yes, before going into what exactly it can be or what exactly you are going to do with this, first of all we need to know exactly where we have been earlier, right? So history as usual. So if we talk about the creativity, if we talk how this all the process of innovation or mainly the journey towards the entrepreneurship has started, is it lies very nicely into the backdrop of the history. From the history itself we can observe the different processes or the creation in terms of maybe you'll be enjoying beautiful paintings, of course the monuments, musical compositions, even some of the spiritual experiences if you visit some of the religious places and other things. So all consist some type of creativity, or they actually carries the mark of the artist who were involved into the creation, manifestation, and of course the explanation of all those phenomena which have taken place, right? So why people become artists, why exactly they involve into some creative ideas? It is nothing exactly, but we can say it's about the expression. Even if you do good maths as well, right? I guess maybe if any one of you have saw the movie A Man Who Knew Infinity, right? So it was all about like when Ramanujan was explaining like how he got the mathematical formulas, right? It was coming to him as a divine force, right? So same for any artist, the creativity is actually a kind of a superior power where exactly you can say it's a gift from the god, right? And then further you involve your imagination and then it sparks through that, right? So we can say that creativity will be giving a way forward to, of course, different types of opportunities which will be further added with the ideas. They may be coming either with the totally a unique product, or maybe or whatever product is already existing or whatever processes are already existing with us, maybe it will totally alter that, modify that, or maybe change that, right? So we can say yes, any person as an engineer, when they creatively involve into the thinking, they try to first of all understand what all opportunities lies ahead to them, right? What all are the problems, what are the gaps, what type of solutions you need to design, what type of new changes you need to introduce into the society. So creativity will be the first process to understand all those gaps, or first creation through the thinking, and then of course you will be adding it with your ideas in maybe new way totally, or maybe already something is existing in the combination, you will be altering those processes, and then you will be working on either the service or the product or maybe the combination of the both, right? And then innovation also can take place, maybe something which is not a totally new product. Let us say if we talk about the CFL. Initially, it was in bulb, right? When the bulb came first time into the scenario, that was the invention. But when you have came up with the different iterations or the modification, that became innovation further. New and new methods, new and new technologies has been further added into that process. So then it became the innovation. But how your creativity and innovation need to be, combined with the entrepreneurial journey. Why and how? Mainly when we talk about a person who is actually dealing in either the product related invention or innovation, or a service related invention or innovation, the major target for them will be to searching a market for the product, understanding the demand from the potential customers or the people who are going to purchase that product, right? Let us say, for example, if no one is interested to eat the French fries, so why the hotels or why the food outlets, they'll be selling that, right? So there must be someone to purchase the product or must be demanding that product, right? So accordingly, we'll be searching those gaps, and then we'll be trying to launch those businesses or those products, those ideas into a commercialized manner where more profits can be generated. And once the product becomes success, we can go with launching more and more multiple lines of the product or related things from the product, right? So mainly a person's intellect, and especially for you people, because of course you are the engineers, and of course if you deal with the product or design the product or the modifying all the product, there can be multiple ways where you can contribute into the better experiences, better creations for all the existing humans, right? There are of course certain things which are already or given by the god to us, a gift from the god, or you can say something which is already existing with you, right? Maybe the nature around you, or you can say the beautiful flowers or the brain, or of course your overall physical structure itself, whatever you are seeing created by the god. But there are certain things which has been created by the humans, right? Like if you talk about the solar panel, maybe you are using currently your system, or maybe you are using your cell phone, you may be using your computer or the desktop, right? So how we are connected to with each other, definitely these are certain things which you can see the expression of your creativity and innovation in the form of exactly a product which is in front of you, right? So there can be two views of creativity. One is, you can say, the elite view, another one you can say the developmental view. What exactly we mean by the first view, right? So some people have this idea that okay, we are going to complete our engineering, we'll be going to get placed, and that's all for us, right? We don't have any such great talent that or rare talent that we should be really involved into any scientific discoveries or creating some big work or a good work or maybe some startups or some innovation. No, I just need to do whatever is routine thing for me. No, not like that, right? When you are going to employ or going to use your creativity, right? That will be mainly for modifying or maybe for improving the lives of people around you. If everyone is thinking in a way that okay, we are not for that, it's a very big thing, it's not beyond under our capacity, not like that, right? So we need to understand that whatever is actually visible or is available to you, everywhere, every place, at every stage you can contribute something, right? So you need not to exactly have this attitude that yeah, innovation is not my cup of tea, or entrepreneurial journey is not my cup of tea. No, in the process of these 4 years of your studies, I hope all of you must be creating something, exploring something, and definitely contributing something for the development of course, yourself, society, and overall experiences for the humanity as well, right? So when you talk about creativity, when you talk about innovation, it can be for all people. It's not only for one particular group or maybe one particular segment of the people, right? And why exactly you will be involving into the innovation or creating something new is maybe some idea all of a sudden just stuck to your mind. You wanted to explore something else, but something else you have created, right? So your creativity was applied to solve a particular problem, right? Not in a very routine manner. So that is how it can be learned, Innovation, creativity can be learned, can be practiced, and definitely can be applied at each and every place as well, right? So, what I feel as an engineer, there are these three components of creativity which all of you are going to experience as well, explore as well, and also to add into that, right? One is definitely either you are from CSE or ECE domain, you need to have all the relevant skill related with, first of all, your own domain, right? Whatever you are learning, whatever skills you have, you need to apply again the creative processes to further improve that part, right? And then definitely intrinsic task motivation, that will be the most important thing for the improvement of the idea and definitely application of your idea. So how exactly we are going to be more creative, how exactly, this whole creative process towards the journey for the innovation can be started? First of all, yes, you need to prepare yourself, you need to understand, you need to explore the gaps, you need to work on your ideas, incubate them, have a better insight for them, whether actually after certain time period whether they'll be applicable enough or not, what exactly will be the usefulness of that particular thing, right? Evaluate them properly whether they will be implementable or not. And then definitely lastly, what we'll be doing is we'll be elaborating the overall creative thoughts and how they can be converted into the real product or real process or real designs, right? So I guess maximum of you now may have a bit of glimpse regarding what exactly the creativity is, and why I was just focusing first on the creativity is creativity always lies in the innovation. Innovations exactly cannot take place without any creative thinking or exploration, right? So it can be maybe totally a new product, or you can talk about totally newness or adding some value to the already existing product. And definitely again we'll be talking about how much new product you are going to provide to us, design or maybe implementing, right? So second part mainly we'll be focusing on the degree of newness, 10% better improvements, 20, 30, 40, 50, how much new the product is, what is exactly the degree of newness which you have introduced, right? It is totally a new type of a radical innovation which never existed, or maybe it may be dealing with only some modifications, let us say incremental, right? The way you are listening music today and the way people used to listen the music earlier, maybe say 20 years back or 30 years back, right? So there must be some degree of changes which has been incrementally introduced into that type of innovation, isn't it? Let us say if you talk about a washing machine itself, right? So what type of washing machines nowadays we are dealing with, fully automatic, semi and all these things, right? Initially when you just explore a bit of the history, we can say that how this whole machine itself has kind of incrementally changed very very significantly, right? So what can be the new part into the innovation is how exactly, it again depends upon your definition, what exactly you mean by the new, right? It may be different for you, it may be different for me, it may be different for the world, maybe for a firm it may be different, right? Let us say if you talk about a company, maybe they'll be more focused on the reducing the cost, so for them maybe the cost reduction will be the more important part. So what type of exact feature you are going to provide into that product will be again depending upon the newness added to that particular product, right? So very broadly we can say these are the 10 types of innovation where every innovative practice will be focusing upon either improving the overall experiences for the people or who are the end users of the product, maybe modifying the configuration, isn't it? Or maybe what you are exactly as a product or as a performance you are offering to your customers, right? Maybe it can be in terms of any channel, it can be any brand, it can be your clothes, it can be customer management, it can be the network of the people, it can be the process how you are working on the goods or the products, it may be again the product performance, right? Or maybe overall product system itself, right? So new means, or new concepts means what different style, design, architect, what you have introduced or what you have, you can see these images, right? I mean, if you go for designing a toy, let us say if you talk about a heel, let us say you talk about any particular glasses or anything, right? They all are the different forms of the creativity. So it means something new you are creating here, new type of innovations you are introducing here, right? Or maybe something is already existing with you, Initially, when we started with the cell phones, then the tab, of course, then your Android phones, and then like how Meta is now available with you. Once upon, like, just some months back, it was the Facebook, and before Facebook, how exactly you communicate with each other through the mails. Before that, what we do, we write the inland letters and other things, right? So it can be even whatever is existing, you can revolutionize it in a better way by adding the technological innovations as well, right? But yes, it's not necessary that okay, all the innovations will be definitely more and more profitable as well. That depends again what type of profit model, what type of operations, what type of customer experiences you are offering to people, right? So all these things will be, of course, like when you talk about innovation means it will be including totally new product and how exactly you are going to commercialize that product, right? So of course there may be lot of requirement for the customer. If you are able to meet them, and if you are able to put a good profit model into the market, definitely it will be a successful, right? Let us say if you talk about the fashion trends, right? All the fashion trends will not be always into the trend, right? I mean, they will be changing. Fashions and fates will be always changing, right? Maybe 10 years back you may not be wearing this ripped jeans, right? But now you are wearing that, right? Maybe before 20, 30, 40 years before, people were wearing this bell bottom style and all these things, right? Maybe one hairstyle is particularly very famous in a particular time period, but again after 1 or 2 years that will becoming totally redundant or not in very much trend, right? So things always changes in a cycle. So now a person, when they are employing the creativity, then when they are creating a new product, they need to know how they can sell that idea, how it can become a good opportunity for them, how it can become a profitable model for them, right? So here comes the role for the entrepreneurs. What exactly they do? They'll be first of all identifying the exact gaps, evaluating and understanding those gaps, and then later on they actually exploit or use those opportunities, right? So what we can say is they'll be organizing also, they'll be managing also, they'll be taking all the business risk and turning something into a profitable model, right? So all of you, I guess, I hope that you should be working on all these core competencies, and which can actually help you to become a good entrepreneurs in the future, or after maybe these 4 years of your B.Tech journey. First of all, work on your personal attributes. Make your overall managerial or management competencies more and more stronger, and most importantly, work on all the technical and of course the communication skills, right? Then I guess the journey will become more and more better. Every day all of you must be dealing with some type of innovation which has been revolutionized by these already existing entrepreneurs. Let us say if you talk about UPI, this is nothing but again a very revolutionary journey which our nation has actually completed, right? When you talk about Google, when you talk about the internet purchases, when you talk about Amazon, Flipkart, Ajio, all these e-commerce giants, right? When you talk about just booking one flight ticket within a just one click itself, right? So all these things are nothing but has been some initiatives which has been taken by this type of revolutionary people, right? Or some entrepreneurs who have taken these risks and they have converted their ideas into the realities. Around you itself, you can see multiple products, whether they are dealing with the customers, whether you are eating some products, cereals, cornflakes, your phone, your different experiences with the speed of internet, right? Your fitness practices, your other practices, charities, all the things are somewhere dealing with those revolutionary steps, right? Where exactly one person has used the existing opportunities, make a good team to work with them, using whatever resources was available with them in the most creative manner, right? Integrating it in a proper manner, and of course making a sustainable business or future model for that particular product, right? But yeah, it looks like very easy, but it is definitely not going to be that easy. You should be willing to take the risk, you should have the zeal to succeed, right? So first of all, exploit, understand, use the opportunities, actually discover whatever the gaps are existing and then go in this journey, then definitely things will be becoming more and more better for us, right? If we see the dresses, like initially it was just like, when I guess maximum of you must be aware with the Levi's jeans, right? So how this history is actually started is, some people, they were working into the mines, and they were really struggling a lot with the, cloths which should be very comfortable for them and all that. And finally this one solution came, is like in the form of pair of jeans, right? Like let us say if you talk about pizza, if the time get delays, and customers will be expecting that, yeah, when you get your pizza it should be served very hot to you, right? It should be not having much difficulties when you order your pizza. It should be a good experience, packaging should be good, taste should be good, and all other toppings should be fine, right? So what should be the owner's challenges is the homework for you. You need to understand, right, what type of a business model you need to create, what type of a business ideas you need to implement, where you should be actually aware what the product is. You should know who are the customers who are going to eat that, take that, how, what processes you are going to actually adopt to make that product available till them, and what options, what channel, where exactly you are going to provide them, right? So you have to have this 360-degree view for any business opportunity, whatever you are going to employ, going to experience, going to experiment as well, right? So around you, you can check a lot of business ideas are already available, I guess, and you can either product work on a particular product, you can work on offering any end-to-end solution, maybe you can work for making certain things better for the customers, where actually all the requirements of the needs of the customers are not fulfilled. You can also work on the logistics, supply chain, and of course R&D and other innovations in terms of your AI and ML and other technologies, right? So lastly, I'll conclude with this one is, all of you as an engineers, right, when you are going further in these 4 years with the technical core competencies along with the social innovations, you need to work on your ideas with the you know idea which should be funded properly. It should not face the capital constraints, right? It should not be involved into much technical infeasibility. It should be technically feasible for you, and once you are technically strong, then only you, of course, you can understand whether it can be implementable or not, right? It should not be creating certain unnecessary legal problems for you, right? Where it should be getting more and more delayed when you are going to implement your ideas. The management or the group or the team of the people with whom you are working should be decisive enough. They should be able to, willing to, and capable to take the decisions, able to make the product further develop, and then finally you should be coming up with the best products, maybe which will be really required by the society. So that's all for me. Don't limit yourself. That's what I'll say. It was a very brief overview, but I hope you all are going to not only by listening this, but I hope you will be also trying to implement it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the interesting talk. I hope the students might find useful. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Gayatri.
Dear students, we came to the end of the session. Yoga is the journey of discovering the self. Yoga is an ancient and beautiful practice of India that is linked to all the aspects like physical, spiritual, and mental. Yoga helps you to stay even fit and healthy. Practicing yoga has a bundle of benefits linked to it. Now, it's my pleasure to invite Ms. Harshita from Isha Foundation to take over this yoga session. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Namaskaram to all of you. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, wonderful. Namaskaram once again to all of you today. Welcome to this online yoga program. My name is Harshita. I am a Isha Hatha Yoga teacher certified from Isha Foundation. I will be taking you through the session today. Before we start the session, just a few quick guidelines for everyone. So, in all Isha's programs and events, we go to a great extent to set the right ambience for yoga. Only in a conducive atmosphere, these technologies for well being deliver their best results. In the circumstances of an online session, you will need to create this committed space on your own to get the maximum benefit of this program. There are many ways to approach this, but fundamentally, it needs your commitment. Please ensure you are not interrupted for the duration of this session. If you have young children, please ensure that they are taken care of. It is best if you keep your cell phones aside for the entire duration of this session. Please avoid getting up, moving around, drinking water, or using the restroom during these sessions. So, now that we have come to the session, the best way to go through this session would be the best way that you can stay alert throughout the session would be to sit with your spine comfortably erect, ideally in a cross legged posture with enough space around you and palms facing upwards. Now, coming to our session, a yoga session today. Now, yoga. The word yoga literally means union. It is not an exercise or a practice, it is a certain way of being within yourself. Yoga means that which allows you to reach your higher nature. We also have come across, many of us might have come across the term Hatha Yoga. We will look at what it means. The word Hatha, in most Indian languages, in common usage, it means being adamant. This is the quality that you will need to do your practices and to go through this session as well. Your body says, enough, I have had it, but you are adamant. This is Hatha Yoga. Your mind says, enough, I can't do it anymore, but you are adamant and you simply do it. So, Hatha Yoga means perseverance. One has to give himself, only then it happens. But it is very important for a person to establish himself on this level. And not just for doing these practices, for any sphere of your life, isn't it? You need to be adamant and to be able to simply go beyond the limitations of your mind and your body if you want to achieve something of significance. The deeper and real meaning of the word hatha is ha means sun, ta means moon. Hatha yoga means the sun and moon yoga. We are not talking about that sun and moon that is outside in the sky. We are talking about the Ida and Pingala, the sun and moon within yourself. In other words, we are referring to the two basic nadis in the system. Now, what is a nadi? In yoga, they say as there is a physical body, there is an energy body which consists of 72,000 nadis. Nadi literally means a channel or a pathway in which the energy moves. If you cut open the body, you will not see the nadi. They are not nerves. Nadi does not have a physical existence in the body. It is the way energy moves in the system. Like we just discussed, there are two basic nadis. The right is known as Pingala and the left is known as Ida. Ida and Pingala represents the two different qualities in nature. Pingala represents the masculine nature and Ida represents the feminine nature. And these are also known as the sun and the moon which are within us. Hatha Yoga is one way of balancing the sun and the moon. This balance is very essential for a person who is thinking in terms of higher energies in life. It is necessary to keep the sun and the moon balanced within ourselves and to keep ourselves in a balanced state. Once a person has the desire to experience higher levels of energy, then it is very essential to keep the sun and the moon or the ha and tha in a balanced state. Now tomorrow you ride a bicycle. When you start to learn how to ride the bicycle, it seems like such a difficult task, isn't it? But what is the key? What is the most important aspect of riding a bicycle? It is the balance, isn't it? Without the balance, you cannot go too far on the bicycle. But once you learn how to balance on your bicycle, you cannot just ride it. You can ride, you can look at the view, you can wave at everybody. You can even, some people also messaging and texting on their phone these days. So balance is the key of not just riding the bicycle, but also our lives. So, yoga is not about doing anything in particular. Yoga is about using certain tools to make ourselves physically strong, mentally fit, which in turn enables us to achieve our goals. Over the course of this session, we will be teaching you a set of practices. If you do the practices regularly and consistently, your memory and concentration will increase. You will see improvement in physical strength and flexibility, mental clarity and focus, lung capacity, immunity, and more. So, many of you might be having this question, really, can yoga do this to me? So, once you do the practices and once you keep them up, you must find out and answer this question for yourself. Okay? All right, now we will begin with the practices. Before we start with the practices, we would like to begin this session with something known as an invocation. For this, you must sit in a cross legged posture on the floor. If for some reason you are not able to sit on the floor, you can also sit on the chair. Now you hold Brahma Mudra. Brahma Mudra is how you hold it is you place your right palm over the left like this, loosely placed in the middle of your lap. Now, all of you can close your eyes and please repeat after me. And those of you wearing glasses or spectacles, you can please keep them aside. Please hold Brahma Mudra, close your eyes, and repeat after me. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityurmamritangamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can slowly open your eyes. Now we will begin with our practices for today. First, we will be starting with something known as the neck practices. These are a set of practices for the neck region. We will hear about the significance of the practice from Sadhguru, and then we will watch the demonstration. So, the best way to sit and receive any instruction or receive any insight from Sadhguru would be to sit with your palms facing upwards upon your thighs. You can loosely place it upon your thighs. And now we will look at the significance of the practice. But once the demonstration is going on, please do not attempt the practice when the demonstration is going on. We will look at the demonstration together and we will give you the instructions when we have to do the practice together. We'll look at the neck practices now. Please observe.
Yoga for success, the neck practices. Both the neurological and the energy systems branch out in a big way between the shoulder blades and above. So keeping the neck region in a good condition is very important. Within 3 to 4 minutes of doing these neck practices, you will distinctly see that you are much more alert and the lethargy in the body will be obliterated. There is a higher level of neuronal regeneration. Memory and intellectual sharpness also improves.
Here are a few guidelines that will set optimal conditions and greatly enhance your receptivity of the practices. Please ensure cell phones are either in silent mode or switched off. It is advisable not to sit for the program with a full stomach or immediately after a meal. Please sit with your spine comfortably erect, hands uncrossed, and palms open. These conditions will prepare you to be in a heightened state of receptivity and derive the most benefits from the practices. These practices are very safe and simple and can be done by anybody. The practices we will be learning here can be done by anyone ages 7 years and above. If you wear glasses while doing the yoga practices, please remove them and keep them aside. Now we will do a certain set of practices for the neck. This will help you to relax the stiffened muscles in the neck and shoulder region. We will look at the first 3 neck practices now. Please observe.
Now we'll be looking at the demonstration for the first 3 neck practices. Please do not do it along with the demonstration. Just observe the practice and then we'll do it together.
Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Keep your arms and shoulders loose and relaxed. Make sure your neck is loose like a rope. No stiffness of any sort. Eyes closed. As you exhale, slowly and gently lower your chin to your chest. This is the starting position. Now, as you inhale, gently bring your head up and take it back. As you exhale, bring your head down to your chest. This is 1 cycle. You would do this 3 times. Now we will see the second neck practice. As you inhale, slowly and gently turn your head to the right, to the extreme point. As you exhale, bring it back to the center. Now, as you inhale, slowly and gently turn your head to the left, to the extreme point that you can turn. As you exhale, bring it back to the center. This is 1 cycle. You would do this 3 times. And now we will see the third neck practice. As you exhale, slowly and gently bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, to the extreme point you can go. As you inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, slowly and gently bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, to the extreme point you can go. As you inhale, bring it up. This is 1 cycle. You would do this 3 times. Now we will do 3 cycles of the first 3 neck practices together. Please stand.
Now all of you can please stand. We will do the first 3 neck practices that we have just looked at. We will do this along with the instructions. All of you can please stand and come to the starting position.
Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Keep your arms and shoulders loose and relaxed. Eyes closed. As you exhale, slowly and gently lower your chin to your chest. This is the starting position. Now, as you inhale, gently bring your head up and take it back. As you exhale, bring your head down to your chest. Second cycle. Again, as you inhale, bring your head up and back. As you exhale, bring it down. Third cycle. Ensure your shoulders are relaxed. No stiffness of any sort. Now for the second neck practice. Come to the starting position. Your head should be straight, eyes closed. As you inhale, slowly and gently turn your head to the right. As you exhale, bring it back to the center. Now, as you inhale, slowly and gently turn your head to the left. As you exhale, bring it back to the center. Second cycle, right side. Left side. Third cycle. Do it slowly. You can even hold the stretch for a moment and then come back. Come back to the starting position. Now we will do the third neck practice. Again, your head is straight, eyes closed. As you exhale, slowly and gently bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. As you inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, slowly and gently bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. As you inhale, bring it back up. Second cycle. Third cycle. It is an exhalation as you lower the head. It is an inhalation as you bring it up. When you are finished, please sit comfortably. Now we will learn the fourth and fifth neck practices.
Once you're finished, you can please sit comfortably, once again in a cross-legged posture, or if you're sitting on a chair. Now we will look at the fourth and the fifth neck practice. Please observe the demonstration carefully.
Again, feet are comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Eyes closed. As you exhale, lower your chin to your chest. This is the starting position. As you inhale, slowly and gently rotate your head towards your right shoulder. As you inhale, your head goes back. As you exhale, it comes down again. Then switch and rotate in the opposite direction. This is one cycle. You would do this 3 times. And for the fifth and final neck practice, rotate your shoulders forward. As you inhale, go up. As you exhale, come down. Do this 3 times. Now rotate your shoulders backward. As you inhale, go up. As you exhale, come down. Do this 3 times. Now we will do the 4th and 5th neck practices together. Please stand. Check to see your feet are parallel to each other. Eyes closed.
All of you can come to the starting position once again. We'll do the 4th and the 5th neck practice. Please listen to the instructions carefully and do it along with the instructions.
Closed. As you exhale, lower your chin to your chest. This is the starting position. As you inhale, slowly and gently rotate your head towards your right shoulder. As you inhale, your head goes back. As you exhale, it comes down again. Do a full rotation, then switch and rotate in the opposite direction. We will do 2 more cycles. Second cycle, rotate towards the right shoulder. Ensure your upper body remains still as you rotate the head. Switch directions and rotate towards your left shoulder. Third cycle. Do it slowly with the breathing. And now we will do the 5th neck practice together. Your head is straight, upper body relaxed, eyes closed. Now rotate your shoulders forward. As you inhale, go up. As you exhale, come down. Do this 3 times. Now rotate your shoulders backward. As you inhale, go up. As you exhale, come down. Do this 3 times. When you're finished, please sit comfortably.
So I hope all of you were comfortable with the instructions and you were able to understand and follow the practice. Now, the next practice we will be looking at is known as directional movement of the arms. We will hear about it from Sadhguru once again, and then we will look at the demonstration. So once again, just to remind all of you, please don't do it along with the demonstration. Just wait till the demonstration is over and then we'll do it together. Please observe the instructions carefully. We will look at directional movement of the arms now.
Yoga for health, directional movement. When you lie in horizontal postures for a few hours during sleep, the lubricating fluids in your joints tend to settle down and are not in circulation. So when you wake up, body is demanding you first lubricate your joints. Directional movement is a simple way of doing this. It also exercises the muscles without any risk of injury. Joints have a concentration of energy nodules, so by activating them, everything in the system gets ignited for action.
Now we will learn the first part of Upayoga. This is called directional movement of the arms. We will be doing this practice in 4 different directions. We will see the demonstration of the first direction. Please observe. How you do this is: stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Eyes closed. As you inhale, bring your hands just in front of your shoulders. This is the starting position. The first direction is sideways. As you exhale, extend your arms sideways. The wrists should rotate with outward movement. Once your arms are fully extended, as you inhale, bring them inward. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. This is 1 cycle. You do this 3 times. This is not only about rotating the wrists, but your hands should also open and close with the rotation. All the muscles are tense, like you're pushing something, like a screwdriver. Create maximum tension you can in your arms, without creating tension in the rest of the body. When your arms are going out, it is always outward rotation of the wrists with an exhalation. When your arms are coming in, it is always inward rotation of the wrists with an inhalation. Now we will do 3 cycles together. Please stand.
All of you can please stand. We will be doing 3 cycles in the direction that we have just looked at. We'll do this along with the instructions once again. Please listen to the instructions carefully. We'll do this together now.
Make sure you have sufficient space around you. Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Eyes closed. As you inhale, bring your hands just in front of your shoulders. This is the starting position. As you exhale, extend your arms sideways. The wrists should rotate with outward movement. Once your arms are fully extended, as you inhale, bring them inward. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. This is 1 cycle. We will do this twice more. Second cycle. This is not only about rotating the wrists, but your hands should also open and close with the rotation. Create maximum tension you can in your arms, without creating tension in the rest of the body. Third cycle. When your arms are going out, it is always outward rotation of the wrists with an exhalation. When your arms are coming in, it is always inward rotation of the wrists with an inhalation. When you're finished, please relax. You can sit comfortably.
Once you have finished, please sit comfortably. We will look at the rest of the directions of this practice. Please observe.
Now we will look at a few common corrections to keep in mind while you do the practice. As a clarification, when your arms are going out, it is always outward rotation of the wrists. This is outward rotation.
All of you can also try it and see, just that you're able to understand that this is outward rotation of the wrists. It is like you're giving away something. As you exhale and extend your arm sideways, you do an outward rotation of the wrists. It's like you're giving something. You can also try it and see.
When your arms are coming in, it is always inward rotation of the wrists. This is inward rotation.
Once again, you can try and see inward rotation. It's like taking something towards yourself.
Do not do it fast or casually with little tension. Do it slowly, creating as much tension as you can in your arms, but it should not extend to the rest of your body. The rest of the body should be loose and relaxed. We have seen how to do one direction of the practice. Now we will see all the 4 directions. Please observe. Starting position. Hands just in front of your shoulders. Eyes closed. The first direction is sideways. As you exhale, extend your arms sideways with outward rotation of the wrists. As you inhale, bring the arms back with inward rotation of the wrists. Notice how the arms are always moving just in line with the shoulders. This is one cycle. You would do this 3 times. The second direction is forward. As you exhale, extend your arms forward. The wrists should rotate with outward movement. Once your arms are fully extended, as you inhale, bring the arms backward. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. Ensure you're creating as much tension as you can. This is one cycle. You would do this 3 times. The third direction is upward. As you exhale, extend your arms upward. Your wrists should rotate with outward movement. Again, as you inhale, bring your arms down. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. This is one cycle. You would do this 3 times. The fourth direction is downward. As you exhale, extend your arms downward. Your wrists should rotate with outward movement. As you inhale, bring your arms up. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. This is one cycle. You would do this 3 times. Now we will do 3 cycles together in all the 4 directions. Please stand.
All of you can please stand. We'll do the rest of the 3 cycles, rest of the 3 directions, 3 cycles each. Please listen to the instructions carefully and do the practice together.
Starting position. Feet comfortably apart. Check that they are parallel to each other. Hands just in front of your shoulders. Ensure your head is straight. Eyes closed. The first direction is sideways. As you exhale, extend your arms sideways with outward rotation of the wrists. As you inhale, bring the arms back with inward rotation of the wrists. Second cycle. As you exhale, extend the arms. Ensure your arms are moving just in line with your shoulders. As you inhale, bring them back. Third cycle. It is a full exhalation as you extend the arms. And a full inhalation as you bring them back. Once you return to the starting position, switch directions. The second direction is forward. As you exhale, extend your arms forward. The wrists should rotate with outward movement. Once they are fully extended, as you inhale, bring your arms backward. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. Second cycle. Ensure you are creating as much tension as you can. Third cycle. The hands should open and close as you rotate the wrist. When they open, all the 5 fingers should spread apart. The third direction is upward. As you exhale, extend your arms upward. Your wrists should rotate with outward movement. Again, as you inhale, bring your arms down. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. Second cycle. The hands should move just in line with your shoulders. Third cycle. Don't do it fast. Do it slowly with the tension. The fourth direction is downward. As you exhale, extend your arms downward. Your wrists should rotate with outward movement. As you inhale, bring your arms up. Now your wrists should rotate with inward movement. Second cycle. Ensure you are not holding your breath. Third cycle. The arms should move just in line with your shoulders, just beside the body. When you are finished, you can relax your arms and sit comfortably.
Once you're finished, all of you can take your time to sit comfortably. We look at the last practice for today. This practice is known as Yoga Namaskar. It is a very simple practice but a powerful practice which has a significant impact upon your spine and your back and also your neurological system. As most of us know that the neurological system flows through the spine, and in yoga spine is held as the most important part of the body. So Yoga Namaskar is majorly related to the spinal region of the body, and it has a significant impact upon your spine, your shoulders, and your neurological system. We'll look at the practice now. Please observe.
Yoga for well-being. Yoga Namaskar. Yoga Namaskar is a powerful system by itself. It activates the lumbar region of the spine in a tremendous way, strengthens the muscles along the spine, giving it a reinforcement so that as one ages, the collapsing of the spine, which causes pinching of the nerves, does not happen. And if already there's damage is setting in, the best way to regenerate your spine would be by doing Yoga Namaskar. It has all-round benefits for the entire body. Yoga Namaskar is a very simple and complete process by itself.
To practice Yoga Namaskar, you will need a light stomach condition. That is approximately 1.5 hours gap after having a meal. If you do not fulfill this condition, please skip this particular practice for now. Those with hernia and pregnant women in the 3rd or 4th month of pregnancy should avoid practicing Yoga Namaskar. Now we will learn Yoga Namaskar. This is a series of 7 steps. He will demonstrate one full cycle. Please observe. Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Keep your arms and shoulders loose and relaxed. Eyes open. Focus on a point in front of you. Once your focus is steady, hold Namaskar by bringing your palms together in front of your chest. This is the starting position. As you inhale, bring your hands up above your head. As you exhale, bring your hands downward so that the heels of your palms come behind your neck. As you inhale, bring your hands straight up. As you exhale, bring your hands down in front of your chest. This is step 1. You do the same thing twice more. Step 2. As you exhale, make a sound from the pit of the throat. Step 3. The whole time, your fingers should be together, pointing straight up, even when you bring your hands behind your neck. As you bring your hands up, it is a full inhalation. As you lower it down, it is a full exhalation with the sound. After you do this 3 times, You squat straight down. Step 4. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, bring it down behind the neck. As you inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, bring it down in front of your chest. Then, as you inhale, push your hands straight out in front of you, fingers pointing forward. As you exhale, making the sound, bring it back to the chest. Do this 3 times. Step 5. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, bring them down behind the neck. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, down in front of your chest. As you inhale, straight out in front of you. As you exhale, back to the chest. Once more, step 6, inhale, hands up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hands straight out. Exhale, hands to the chest. Now step 7. As you inhale, push your hands straight out. Bring your knees to the ground. Lean forward and place your forehead on the ground. Stretch your arms above your head. Rest your palms on the ground. Place your hands together so that the thumbs and pointing fingers are touching, forming a triangle. Your elbows should be slightly bent. This is Balasana. Stay here until your breath stabilizes, or for a minimum of 2 minutes. Then gently stand up and come back to the starting position. This is one cycle of Yoga Namaskar. We will look at a few modifications and corrections. If you find it difficult to squat, then you can place a support about 1/2 inch or 1 inch thick below your heels and squat down, ensuring your feet are parallel to each other. For some people, while bringing the hands behind the head, the fingers are pointing backward. The fingers should be pointing straight up. Also, there is a tendency for the head to come down. The head should be straight. Do not move the hands too quickly or casually. There should be slight tension in the arms as you do the movement. Now we will do one cycle of Yoga Namaskar together.
Before we attempt the practice together, just to repeat a few of the corrections once again. So, if some of you find it difficult to squat, you can place a cushion just behind you as you are standing, a firm cushion which does not compress, which is not soft. If you do not have a cushion, you can also roll your yoga mat, a bed sheet, or a blanket which is firm and place it behind you. You do the practice standing, and once it is the time to squat down, take a step back, place your heels upon the support, the firm support that you have placed, and then you squat down at the same position. The feet must still remain parallel throughout the practice, even as you're standing or squatting down. You can use this support in case you find it difficult to squat. And please do not do the arm movements casually or quickly. The movement must be done slowly, coordinated with the breath, as if there is a slight tension in the arms. A slight tension in the arms must be maintained as you do the movement. Also, like we have seen when you bring the hands down, especially when you're squatting, it may be that the fingers will point backwards. Due to flexibility reasons, the fingers might point backwards or the head might come down. You must ensure, even as you bring your hand down, you only bring it to the point where the fingers and the head both remain straight. You must not bring it lower so that the fingers are pointing backwards or the head starts moving down. This must not happen. You must maintain these two conditions as you bring the hand down. So you bring it only to the point where it remains straight. So maintaining these points and also taking the support if you need, we will be doing one cycle of yoga namaskar now. You will have the practice going on the screen by your side. You can refer to it in case you feel confused or you need some clarification with the practice. We'll do this together now.
Incorporating all of these corrections, please stand. Stand with your feet comfortably apart and parallel to each other. Those of you who need a cushion as support to squat, you can keep it just behind your feet, and when we come to step 4 to squat down, you can step backward onto the cushion and use it as a support when you squat down. Eyes open, focus on a point in front of you. Once your focus is steady, hold Namaskar in front of your chest. This is the starting position. Step 1. As you inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, with the sound, bring your hands down behind your head. As you inhale, bring them up. As you exhale, bring them down to your chest. Do this twice more. Step 2, bring your hands up with a full inhalation. Bring your hands down with a full exhalation. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Step 3, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down behind the head. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Now squat straight down. If you need a cushion, you can use it as a support. Ensure your focus is directly in front of you. Step 4. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Then, as you inhale, push your hands straight out. As you exhale, bring your hands towards your chest. We'll do this twice more. Step 5, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Keep your head straight. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, straight out. Exhale, back. Step 6, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Inhale, straight out. Exhale back. Step 7. As you inhale, push your hands straight out. Bring your knees to the ground. Lean forward and place your forehead on the ground. Stretch your toes behind you. The body should be sitting upon your heels. Place the hands together on the ground so that the thumbs and pointing fingers are touching, forming a triangle. Your elbows should be slightly bent. Stay here in Balasana until your breath stabilizes. Then gently stand up and come back to the starting position. When you are finished, you can sit comfortably.
So, with this practice of Yoga Namaskar, we have come to the end of the session for today. Now, when you are practicing Yoga Namaskar by yourself, it would be best to attempt 3 cycles of Yoga Namaskar in one time when you're doing the practice by yourself. I hope you all enjoyed the session today. These practices might seem really simple, but they are very powerful practices. When we spend the whole day in very unconscious postures, be it studying, sitting and studying on the table, or working, even as we sleep, when we wake up in the morning, the lubricating joints in the body have they become still. They are not in position of movement anymore because we have been sleeping for so many hours. So once we wake up, the body demands for this lubrication. The neck practices that we have seen and the directional movement of the arms is a practice that could be done in the morning before you start your day, where you lubricate the joints of the body and the body gets ignited for action. They strengthen your muscles and skeletal system in a huge way. Many people have given this feedback before after doing these practices that many of their aches and pains have been cured. This is not a cure, it is not an alternative for medicinal treatment, but it is definitely a huge support in our lives to maintain our muscles and skeletal system, because due to our daily routine and how our life is, we take many unconscious postures which end up in the long run, which are not very good for our body. And what is not good for our body is definitely not good for our mind. So these practices will energize you in a big way, and you will see the difference in a matter of few days or at least weeks. The way you go through your day, it will be very, very different. They are known to highly increase your memory and your concentration. So if you want to do your homework quickly, or get better marks in your academics, it would be highly supportive. And not just for that, for any other aspect of your life as well. So please ensure to keep up these practices that we have learned today. It will take a matter of 20 minutes or so of your day to do these practices. It would be best if you can do it in the morning before you start your day. But for any reason you're unable to find this time, you can do it in the evening as well once you come back from your universities. So, one thing is to please see how to maintain these practices. They are very, very powerful and can bring a huge change in the way you operate between with your mind and your body. People who might have sleep issues or have trouble concentrating, it can help you in a big way. And even if you do not have any medical ailments as such, it can increase your performance level in a huge way. Also, whenever you're doing these practices at home from going forward, please ensure that you maintain the committed atmosphere that is required to do these practices. That is, please do not communicate in the middle of these practices. When you lay down your yoga mat and you start the practice, it would be best if you only communicate after your practices have finished. Like we said, yoga is about reaching your higher nature, and these are very subtle processes. It is not just a physical exercise. Something within your energy system is moving, and subtle, sensitive things are happening within our system. So it would be best to maintain the sanctity and the ambience of these practices. no communication in between, no cell phones, no going to the restroom. These things can be taken care of before you start the practice. It is best not to drink water between the practice as well. Now, to maintain a few conditions when you do the practice, one thing is the light stomach condition, as all of you might already be knowing. The light stomach condition is very important before you do these practices. 1.5 hours gap after eating a full meal, and 1.5 hours after any beverage, and about 4 hours after a full meal. So just ensure that you keep a light stomach condition. That is, if you eat a proper meal, you leave 1.5 to 2 hours gap before you do the practice. It will be supportive if you wear loose cotton comfortable clothing when you do the practice, and nothing synthetic or too tight, as it disturbs the energy functions in a certain way. Loose cotton clothings would be best. And so after the practice, once you finish the practice, please do not eat anything or drink anything straight from the fridge. Anything cold is not advised. You can have something at room temperature. Water or anything else that you're having room to warm temperature is okay. Taking cold water shower before the practices is highly supportive. And if you want to take shower after the practice, please leave 15 to 20 minutes of gap. If it is warm water, you can leave 15 minutes gap, and if it is cold water, you can leave 20 to 30 minutes of gap. And women can also do the practice during menstrual cycle. There is no such restriction. You can continue doing your practice. If you're feeling a little physical restriction, you can see how it best suits you. Otherwise, there is no restriction to do the practices on your menstrual cycles. So these are some conditions that you can take care of when you do the practices. I hope you all enjoyed these sessions, and these practices will come in very supportive for you in the coming few days. We will be closing the session with an invocation, just like we started. So for this, you can continue to sit on a cross-legged posture on the floor, or if you're sitting on the chair, please hold Brahma Mudra like this, right palm over the left, loosely placed in the middle of your lap. Please close your eyes and repeat after me. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurmamritangamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can slowly open your eyes. Namaskaram to all of you. It was wonderful to take you through the session today.
Thank you very much ma'am, for making your valuable presentation. I hope our IIIT Trichy students might find useful in doing the yoga practices. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaskaram. Should I leave the meeting, ma'am? Is it
Yeah,
okay?
ma'am, sure. You can leave.
Thank you.
Dear students, we have ended for the today's orientation program. So tomorrow we'll meet again at 9:55 a.m. Thank you one and all again for attending today's program.
So, dear students, you will get the timetable and other details till tomorrow evening. Don't worry. Okay, Gayatri, we will wind up. Thank you,
Yes,
Shubham.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Gayatri.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shubham.